to my life. I am going to continue on reading for the month of May. Okay, so I'm going to be doing from Capricorn till Pisces. Okay, so that's the only ones I have left to do for the month of May. So I have already uploaded Aries up to Leo. Yeah, so those are all already uploaded on my YouTube channel. If you guys still need to read on what that is about, you guys can check it out in my YouTube channel. And then I've recorded and finished Virgo till Sagittarius. So I'm on I'm currently downloading it right now from here on my TikTok live, but it just takes a while for it to download. I don't know why. Yeah, try to figure that out after this reading. Okay, so I figured I should just finish this monthly, and then like after then I can like alternate between viewers question and a general guidance, or a single card guidance, oracle guidance for my viewers, or like a personalized question and a like after I do my monthlies. Okay, so I can alternate between those, so you guys can get like a turn to ask me your personal questions, or if you guys need some guidance. Okay, but right now I'm gonna continue on Capricorn for the monthlies. Okay, so these are for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or a stellium in the 10th house, or stellium in Capricorn. Okay, so we're going to do past, present, future. What is an obstacle that they need to overcome, who they're dealing with, what they need to focus on, and what are the external factors, and what does the person that they're dealing with has to say to them. And then we're going to ask for the Holy Spirit's advice. Okay, okay. Okay. Past, present, and future for Capricorn. Maybe you might feel like you are in a position of authority to take control of a situation, or you feel like you need to take control of your own life, and you feel like you're very confident in where you need to lead the pack towards, or to lead the situations towards. Okay, or there might be a King of Wands that is very significant in your life, that is in a position of power or leadership. Okay, that could be very influential in your life at this time. Oh my gosh. Alright. Past, present, and future for Capricorn. Okay, so in the past, you've put a message out there. Okay, so you have the what do you call it? A Three of Wands. Okay, in the past, you're waiting on something. You're waiting to hear back. You're waiting to hear back on something that you've inquired, something that you asked, maybe an opportunity, and you're waiting on this until you can go towards a new path, so you can move forward to bring you more stability in your life, or to bring stability in your situation to balance things out, okay? Or you could feel like you're waiting to hear back on maybe if you need to go over someone's house, or if you want to go visit somebody. You're waiting on their response, okay? So that's in the past. Like maybe you made plans with somebody, you're trying to make plans to meet up with them, or you're like trying to make you're trying to meet up with a person that you feel like you need to discuss some things to move things forward, okay? And then in your present time, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant in reversed. So this one is non-conforming, okay? So you might feel like you don't feel like conforming to what is being expected of you to do. You don't feel like conforming to the system. You don't feel like conforming to an abuse of the authority. You don't feel like conforming onto something that seems too rigid, or inflexible, or you feel like it only serves the system, or you don't really feel like conforming to like a one way only, like only one way, you know, like there's only like one way, or like what is it called, like a one way relationship, you know. You don't feel like conforming to double standards, okay? So, or you might feel like you're being repressed by outdated beliefs. You might feel like you're being restricted by outdated beliefs that you no longer feel like it's relevant. You feel like the system that is trying to oppress you is too stuck in like outdated system, outdated beliefs, outdated practices that you feel like are not a fit, or are not like in sync with the current reality that you're dealing with, or the current reality that you are faced with, okay? Maybe you feel like this system is needing reforms, okay? Okay. Or it's too rigid. It's like it's too rigid to change. You're like, but you feel like it needs change. You feel like it's outdated. Or you feel like the system has been the society has evolved, and then the system stayed here. I mean, a lot of things happens in our society, like time is always changing things, you know. Okay, so we're going to see what is the current obstacle that your current reality is faced with. Okay, what do you need to overcome? What does this restriction is faced against with? Okay, what is opposing this Hierophant in reverse? Or maybe you're dealing with somebody that is non-committal, okay? Or if this has to pertain to relationships, maybe you're dealing with someone that is non-committal, or that is non-conventional, okay? Maybe you know, if this pertains to dating, or like love life, maybe you're dealing with, or maybe you like to date someone, or someone that is not like, or maybe like outside of your, like who you usually date, you know, or like non-conventional, okay? This is like maybe like non-traditional, or like, you know, like maybe outside of your age, outside of your race, outside of your nation, outside of your culture, outside of your what you're expected to marry, or maybe you're dealing with someone that is like that you guys like that you can't really categorize. Okay. And when you can't categorize something, it's more difficult for the system to to lay down its law, like to lay down its morals, or to lay down its control, because they don't know where to put it. Or maybe it's the thing that change the system, because it's they don't know what category to put it, or it's something that raises questions. Okay, or maybe it's something that raises a question to something that has been rigid, something that has been outdated, you know. Okay, we're gonna see what could be opposing this. Oh, discipline. Disciplining. So you almost feel like you're disciplining an outdated system, which is ironic because you feel like it should be the system that is supposed to be teaching, or it should be this institution that should be disciplining. But in your case, or in the one that you are faced with, you feel like the disciplining is being put on the rigid system, or on the outdated system, or on the abuse of power. Okay, so you feel like the world like flipped around. Okay, or like the the system flipped around. Okay, and you're like trying to be careful of how you're going to approach this, and trying to make sure that it doesn't bite you back in your ass, you know, like but it takes some courage to do that, you know. It takes like a strong person to do that, to challenge. It takes a strong voice to do that. It takes truth. It takes some guts to do that, like to make you be heard, to make you feel like your voice are being respected and being heard in the way that these systems are also being respected, and that they are also being heard when they're communicating to their community, and vice versa, and making sure that the community or this person that they're dealing with is also being heard on reforms, or what needs to change in this institution, or the fundamentalism that makes up this system, or this institution, or this corporation, or this organization. Maybe there's some issues with ethics. Maybe there's some issues with their networks, or how they operate, and maybe they haven't always been transparent, and yeah, it takes courage, you know. It takes courage to do this. So this is this is what you're being challenged in the month of May, Capricorn. That or this could be you. You could be this Hierophant in reverse that does not want to conform, or does not want to adjust, or doesn't feel like does not want to budge, or when it, and then it comes off as someone rigid, or something rigid, that is no longer listening, you know, that is no longer listening to their community, to that is no longer listening to who they were made for, you know. So you're starting to feel like they have closed off to who they were serving, to to who they were made for. What else? Yeah, you feel like the system or the power has been deaf to the voice of the people, or the discipline that, or the ethics that needs to take place, because it's either it's pride, or it's well, this is where we have the lion here, so it might be that. Okay, it's like, oh, who are you to discipline us? Like, we are the people that makes up the power, you know, or we are the people that makes up the system. We are the people that makes up the networks. We are the people that we are the people that makes up this institution. We are the people that makes up this system, this organization, this corporation. Like, how dare you tell us? Like, we're supposed to tell you. But the thing is, they're coming in reverse position, so they're not representing themselves in the best way possible. Okay, in the way that they need to operate, in the way that they need to present themselves. Okay, so this is becoming a problem, because there's an issue to ethics, there's an issue to discipline. Maybe they're not disciplining their own people the way that they need to. Okay, this is trying to control and abuse of power. This is also discipline and control. Okay, you feel like or if this is you, you feel like someone is telling or to disciplining you, and you feel like it's trying to control you. And maybe you don't feel, maybe you're not seeing your own fault, maybe you're not seeing your own you're not seeing your own actions of how it can be harmful. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that is in your current situation right now, Capricorn. um, um, okay, so in your future, you feel like you need to walk away from conflicts right now, because you just don't want it to get worse. You don't want the system or the organization or the power or the you don't want the power or the organization or the company or the corporation to collapse. So you feel like you're just gonna walk away from the conflict. You're just gonna go you're just gonna go to a calmer space. You're just gonna go to another room. You're just gonna go, you're just going to let things simmer down, and okay. Or maybe you have maybe you could have felt like you did something wrong. Okay, Capricorn, you felt like maybe you didn't tend to your obligations as you were expected to, okay? Or you didn't uphold to some certain standards that you needed to uphold to, Capricorn, or that you feel like there was an abuse of power, or like you feel like you went too extreme in implying your own rules and implying your own, maybe you didn't expect, maybe you didn't respect your own rules that you've set out for these systems that you are trying to provide. And now here comes discipline, or now here comes trying to discipline because of the damage that it might have caused, okay? Okay, now we're gonna see what could you be dealing with, or who could you be dealing with, Capricorn? Dealing with your sister? Okay, you're dealing with your sister. Here is your sister. Okay, you could be dealing with your sister. And you're dealing with having to be resilient at this time. Okay? Alright. What or who could you be dealing with? Okay, Capricorn, you feel like there's a fanatical faith or an oppression, or someone who has an oppression for trauma. Or you could also be dealing with an indigenous person, a Wild West. A Wild West, maybe a cowboy, a settler or other, okay, from Wild West. An indigenous person, okay? Alright, what else? And an artist, the collector. Alright? And an artist who is a collector. Maybe they're here to collect something now. Alright? And there might have been a corrupted resource that might have occurred, okay? And maybe that's what's an abuse of power here. That's why the Hierophant is in reverse, okay? And you could also be dealing with hypochondria, or issues of hypochondria, and a benefactor or a good Samaritan. A good Samaritan or a benefactor, okay? Now we're gonna see what your sister is, what does your sister has to say. Okay. Hi guys, so I'm currently doing monthly readings right now. Thank you for joining in my live. So I'm on Capricorn right now, and I can come on live and after I finish my monthly readings for all the zodiacs, okay? To have more to have more readings for my viewers for their personal um, for their personal for their personal questions, okay, for their Q&A, okay. All right, what does your what does your Capricorn, what does your sister has to say? I already saw this at the bottom of the card. Okay, your sister wanna tell you that you are wrong, Capricorn. Okay, I already saw this card at the bottom of the deck here, but then I just shuffled it again. But then the same message came out. So maybe the spirit really wanted to tell you that you're wrong this time, Capricorn. Okay, you are wrong about this. You are wrong. Okay. If you feel like you're doing something wrong, Capricorn, okay, everybody makes a mistake, okay. Why are we too focused on that? Like, we make mistakes so that we can recognize what it is, so that we can better ourselves. You know, it's not to ha 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 ha, you did something wrong, now you're less than perfect. That's not that's not what this life is about. We're supposed to, you know, recognize it and keep on going. All right. And how did that lesson make us be a better person, or make better choices, or make or how to put better boundaries from people, or like how to how to learn to be human sometimes, you know, or like how to allow yourself to be human, or like allow someone else to be human. Like the expectations of perfection is hindering you to be more perfect, you know, like because you're not allowing yourself to recognize how you need to approach this situation, okay, because it's coming off like ha 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 ha, see that ha. So it's becoming like very childish to be rigid because you refuse to look at your own faults, okay? Because maybe you're in a position of power, or you work in a corporation that you feel like if they find any mistakes on you, you feel like you feel like less than you know, or you feel like you have to walk the walk of shame, or you feel like a letdown to yourself. Or maybe you feel like you wouldn't be as strong or powerful than how others perceive you to be. But I feel like it's how you approach situations, you know, like you don't have to like bully like somebody else to point out they're wrong, because you don't want to give them a second to point anything wrong about you, you know. Like the moment that it's your turn to recognize your own fault, it's like you find the quickest thing to do somebody wrong, or like cut them down a notch to like make them feel like they're not worth to be recognized, or they're not worth to be recognized, or they're to kind of like bully someone to, like, by using like your systematic power to either outdo someone, overpower someone, but then you end up like the bad guy. You end up looking like you're the cruel one, you know, because you didn't approach it in the way that you needed to, because you know you did something wrong. You did something wrong. It's pride. So yeah, if you guys have maybe a stellium in Capricorn, or stellium in the 10th house, Capricorn in Capricorn risings, Capricorn moons, Venus, Mars. It's like you'd let things be as bad as it can get, as long as they don't make it to turn to you that like it was your fault, okay? Like, and you used all the mechanicals or all the systemic rules, that maneuvering that you can do just so they can't point it to you, you know, like, and that just made matters worse. Anyways, okay, what about this resilience? Okay, you needing resilience, okay? Resilience want to tell you, think before you act. Think before you act. Alright, what about this indigenous person? The Wild West. What does this indigenous person want to tell you, Capricorn? Maybe some 2 cents. You already know what I have to tell you, Capricorn. I still don't have all the answers. But you already know. You knew, Capricorn. And I don't have all the answers. What about this collector? They're here. Okay, this person is. Didn't I tell you that they're here to collect? They're here to collect like corrupted resources. Okay, earlier that's what I said. So maybe they're a benefactor or a good Samaritan. Okay, and they're looking for that corrupted resources. They want to tell you, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart, okay? It's there somewhere. It's there somewhere. What about this hypochondria? Health issues. What does this want to say? Oh, I don't know how this is appropriate. That they're addicted to you. Someone in hypochondria. or someone who experienced hypochondria. They're addicted to you. And time to ground yourself. Time to ground yourself, okay? Capricorn. Alright. What is this good Samaritan or benefactor wants to say to you again? Any additional messages? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what else. Ooh, they have something to say. They have something to say. An ace of... Oh my gosh, my eyes look tired. Okay, an ace of sword. Okay, they have something to say. Let's see what that is. Where's my money? They're ready. Either the corrupted resources is this person, you gave it to somebody else, and then they have something to say, or this, and they're ready, okay, or this person is the same person, the Good Samaritan or the collector who wants to collect this money, and they said that they're ready. Okay, I don't know what they're ready about. Okay, let's see what that is. They left because you told them to. Okay, they said they left because you told them to. They left because they told them to. Alright, anyways. Let's see, what are the external factors? Whoa. Okay, what external factors could be contributing to this? What external factors are contributing to this? Time. Time is of the essence, okay? Time is of the essence. Stop thinking like you have so much time for debates or for arguments, okay? Or you feel like someone here needs time. Or now is not the time to argue. Now is not the time for chaos. Because no. Time will bring unexpected changes. And time will bring unexpected changes. Divine intervention, or like a faith-driven event could happen, okay? Something around you, okay? So these are the external factors, okay? Faith or destiny might be playing out, okay? Emotions are like waves, in and out, crashing and unpredictable around you, okay? What else is going on around you? What is external factors that are affecting your situations? Someone is shattered. Someone is crushed. Someone feels sad. And someone feels like they have a broken heart. or is having a panic attack. Okay? And what else? Ego. Alright, the neck card. When I get the neck card, it's usually something like, you know, arrogance. Because since this is pointing in the neck, so something might have happened to someone's neck, okay, or their vocal cords, or their ability to speak or voice out their opinion, or their voice might be important, or someone is dealing with arrogance or ego of somebody, okay, or they're being stubborn, or they're holding back, okay, they're holding back from speaking, okay, and they're coming off as arrogant. Or like maybe someone is having too much pride, like this, okay. All right. All right. Okay, what do you need to focus on instead? Judgment, okay? You feel like Judgment Day is here. Time. Your fate. Or maybe you feel like you realize something, or you need to focus on what this situation is calling for you to do. Okay, you realize something, okay, focus on the lessons. Focus on what this is making you realize about this situation. Focus on the rite of passage, or focus on the awakening, what this is has awakened you to realize, okay? Focus on the realizations that this is bringing to the situations, okay? That's what you need to focus on. What else you need to focus on? Let's see what else.
Remember that with this wound, you've already set the karma between us.
Where did it go? Wait, I can do this. Okay, I'll just use this one. Let's see what do you need to focus on? Yeah, I think it's this one. Okay. What you need to focus on is the lesson. That's what I was talking about, okay? What is this making you realize about this situation? What is it calling for you to do? You know, what the lesson. Focus on the lesson this is trying to teach you, Capricorn. Okay? Focus on the lesson. Okay? That doesn't need to be too much elaborated, but just focus on the lesson of what this is trying to teach you. Focus on the insight that you are getting from this. Okay, let's see if you have any love card this month, okay? Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Love yourself first, Capricorn. wedding. This situation involves marriage. This situation involves marriage. Either you could be getting married soon, or you're dealing with someone's marriage, or this involves marriage, okay? Make sure that you're not dealing with anyone who is already married, okay? And that this is like you trying to get married, okay? Not dealing with someone's marriage. Let's see, what else? You are bringing powerful emotions into this. You are bringing powerful emotions into this. So focus on the lesson. You are bringing powerful emotions into this. There is rapid movement. There is rapid movement. All right. Yeah, so this might be the thing that I said earlier that could make that change in a situation, okay? All right. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Any more message for Capricorn? Counseling. Okay, counseling. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. Alright, so that's what I was saying earlier. Like, you feel like the system has been irrelevant or has been outdated with their beliefs, or are deaf to the voices of their community, okay? So what's important is having an empathetic ear. Having an empathetic ear that they're not being hypocrites, or they're just saying the things because it just sounds good. Okay? Counseling. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. Okay. Alright. What else? Advice from the Holy Spirit. Advice from the Holy Spirit. Celebrate your achievements and express your authentic self. Celebrate your achievements and express your authentic self, okay? And let's see what else is your advice. Your sister think you're alone. Okay, so focus on the lesson. What does, make sure that those corrupted resources are brought back to where it needs to be, okay? Make sure that you do something about the corrupted resources, because this might affect your resources, your own resources, or your own success, like later on, okay? You have the plant chestnut, which means resilience. Okay, you get resilience here twice, okay? Shelter and inner power, okay? What part of you holds strength so quietly it's often overlooked even by you, okay? What part of you holds strength so quietly it's often overlooked even by you? Resilience, okay? Alright, Capricorn, that is all I have for you, okay? You guys, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening for the monthly readings for each sign. I'm gonna take a break for now, and then I'm gonna hop back on at a later time, okay? And we'll continue on from Aquarius to Pisces. Okay. Okay, you guys. I get to go. Okay, thank you guys for being here. Virgo, I have already updated. I've already recorded for Virgo. I just need to upload them on my YouTube channel. So you guys make sure that you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel to get your monthly reading there. Okay, you guys can hear my uploaded videos in YouTube, and then okay, you guys, thank you guys for being here. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then follow me here on TikTok, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes or in a few hours when I came back on. Okay, okay, I'll see you guys in a few hours. Make sure that you follow so you guys can get notified when I go live next. Okay, I love you all. Thank you. Bye. Toodaloo.